These days are dangerous because even without risking money, you still spend your mental capital, your ability to exercise patience, restraint, and discipline. Even though you didn't spend any money, today still came at a cost. Notice how it says exercise patience. Patience is not passive. Discipline is not passive. Restraint is not passive. That's active. Think of the energy that you're using to sit here and be patient, to sit here and restrain yourself, to sit here and be disciplined and know, I'm not getting a setup. It's not looking good for me. I have to sit on my hand. That's an active thing. What's good, man? It's Marco. Today was a very frustrating day, bro. These days are the exact reason why I hate trading during earnings season, because this is no different. This price action is no different than trading during NFP or trading during FOMC week. You feel me? The uncertainty in the market, the failure to follow through. Everybody's just waiting to see what Tesla's earnings report is going to look like. You feel me? So conditions change a little bit. You feel me? So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. In the meantime, I'm going to step away from the screens. I'm going to go get myself a haircut. Y'all see how down bad I'm looking. You feel me? Y'all know I don't usually come on here like this, but I'm trying to stay consistent and make content without being perfect, because that's something that really helps me de-stress and be in the moment. You feel me? The self-care is good. It's good for the mind. You feel me? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be covering all of that. We're going to be talking about identifying the changing market conditions. We're going to be talking about why I hate trading earnings, and we're going to be talking about the psychological steps, identifying those triggers, and then stress relief techniques and some coping mechanisms and some ways to really detach from today's session results. Because even though we didn't lose any money today, there's still sessions like this still come with a cost. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. These are the second tools of the trade right here. When we not on the charts, you feel me? When you're not being a chartist, you're being a barbarist. You feel me? I don't cut other people though. I just cut my own hair, but it is a little hobby I like. Not gonna lie, it is kind of relaxing, good self-care. It don't gotta be perfect. It just gotta be clean. And even if I was to do the worst haircut in history right now, the way I'm looking right now, it will make it look like it was a good cut. So it don't even matter. But I catch y'all when I start. It's the beginning. It gotta get worse before it get better. Start with a bald line. We're not done, but y'all can see this side coming together. About to start on this side. Not perfect, but it's a lot better than we just was. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. I'm moving pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie. It usually take me a couple hours, like almost 3, maybe 4 hours sometimes, to cut. I think I started at 130. It's 156 right now. So we moving one side down already. I'm gonna do this side, and then the hardest part is doing the back. Then we're gonna shape it up. We're coming along. Most of the blend is done. You just want to go down now in detail. It's pretty much like doing your analysis on the higher time frame and then going down to the lower time frame for a precision entry. That's how I like to think of it right there. So the haircut portion is done. We shaped it up and everything. The main culprit right here, the sovereign, it's neck beard, man. Hopefully I can grow a beard one day, but right now it's neck beard, dog. We gotta get that out of here. This is what you look like when you trade Forex. This is what you look like when you trade futures. Ah. Final product, how we feeling, man? Look, it might not be as crispy as hopping out the barber chair, but you saving money, bro. I'm trying to get rich in the stock market, bro. I'm putting all my money in the stocks and in my trading account, bro. I can't be paying $50, $60 for a haircut no more, so y'all let me know. And it's 325, bro. We getting faster and we getting better each time. All right, we just finished up everything. Did some laundry, finished the haircut. Yo, let me know if I'm lying. You have a bad day, your girl leave you, you lose $1 million in the market, you go and get a haircut, day's instantly better. You feel me? So that helps too. That's real trading psychology right there. You feel me? Whenever You need to detach from the market, do something that's going to help you detach from the market, like getting a haircut. But look at that, right on time. Tesla earnings have dropped. Oh, that's a good thumbnail. Tesla earnings have dropped and did worse than expected. So now we're going to go on the charts. I'm going to go into screen sharing mode. Thank you for everybody who stuck around this far. We're going to be switching to looking at my screen now. And this is where the real information starts. Make sure y'all paying attention. And my face not going to be because I'm on the screens, but make sure y'all paying attention because this is the valuable information that I'm going to look back on when I'm rewatching this video. And I feel like it can help myself, and I feel like it can help y'all too. So I'll catch y'all on the screens. All right, so let's talk about it. Why I hate trading earnings reports and why I hate trading during earnings season, man. So today, I'm looking at the 4 hour. Remember, this level held all last week, the week before, right? We tapped it a couple times, struggled to get above it, broke through it very nicely, tricked us. Remember, we took a losing trade here the first day. Oh, there's the trade actually right there. Held above this 4 hour, right? We were thinking, okay, are we going to remain bullish? All the macro time frames, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, all of that was still bearish, but for some reason price was holding and trying to go bullish on the 4 hour. Then we got that move down, created some supply. We said, okay, these are conditions that we don't like. It's possible for us to try to short this supply, and then we get a move back to the top of the range, because if the market is not remaining bullish and if it's holding this level, not breaking down in this level, then we're possibly in ranging conditions now. So we didn't short that. We didn't short that supply. But yesterday we finally got a break of this level. So strong intent to hold above this level all of those times. Now today we were just looking for a simple retest and rejection of this level, right? Same thing on gold, man. 1 hour setup on gold. We had a 1 hour supply, 1 hour demand. We're looking for price to come down here, bounce off here, and go tag these highs before the actual reversal or pullback wanted to come in to get us back down to these other levels, at least down to these highs or something, right? I wasn't expecting gold to just sell off continuously like that, but that's even more of a good sign that when we get to the level, we can look for continuation, because the 4 hour never had a true reversal on the 4 hour. It never, ran liquidity, broke structure, or anything. It's just straight up move, pullback, right? So that's looking very good. But today we had good trades. We sat here, we waited for them to set up. They came into our areas of interest, and we just didn't get any setup. We didn't get a setup. So that's very frustrating, man. It's one thing to not get a setup and you're okay with that, okay, we're at levels where I don't want to get involved in the market, I'm going to follow my plan. But to be at the level and then the price action was just looking so bad, it was looking so choppy. I remember making a remark saying, like, why is price moving so slowly? Like, it was like this over here. You see how this is going up and going down? It was like lagging. I'm like, was it frozen right now? Like, why is price not moving? There was no volume in the markets at the time. So that was my sign that conditions were changing. I didn't want to trade it. I'm like, that's the intuition that we're talking about. You can feel that there's low volume, there's low activity in the market. So once we saw them signs, man, stuff not setting up, price moving slowly, we were like, what's going on? And lo and behold, it is Tesla earnings today. Earnings seasons, I hate trading it. It's no different than trading during NFP week or FOMC week. The market is just going to be indecisive until they see the result, until they make a decision and say, yo, what are these companies that are heavily weighted going to report? We're not going to make a decision. We're not going to make a decision, and we're not going to see follow through in the market. So that's the same thing you get when you're trading FOMC or when you're trading during NFP or any other big news event, right? And that's it's one thing for FOMC to come around every 3 weeks or whatever that is, and then it's another for you got that, so now you're not trading because of FOMC or CPI or NFP or jobless claims, and then you're not trading for earnings season as well, and now you got different earnings every week. It's a company that's reporting, so things get very choppy. And then on top of that, right after that is April. Now summer comes up, so now you're gonna have even more lack of volume in the market, because it's coming around to summertime. People are going to be taking vacations. There's not going to be as much activity in the market. So seasonality and timing is huge. So let's get to the psychology of it, man, because it's a lot. It's a lot. If y'all couldn't tell already, yeah, I was very angry. I was pissed. Here's the setup picture, looking to take that retest level. Didn't get any opportunities to trade. I said, at our levels of interest and still no trades. Keep in mind, y'all can see I was mad. I said, shit. Slow, low volume open. That was the first annoyance of the day. Felt like price was lagging. Why was it not moving? That's the first sign. Low volume opens and fails to break pre-market highs and lows are always indications that there are unfavorable trading conditions. Right? So that's what I was noticing. And then the longer I sat there and the more frustrated I got, I was like, I'm gonna just have to walk away from this, because even if I do get it set up, it's going to be low quality, right? It's going to be low quality. So if conditions are not in your favor, it doesn't even matter at that point. So now it's just a matter of controlling yourself and having that patience and that restraint to understand, even if I do get it set up, it's probably no good, right? So then I said we have Tesla earnings today at market close. I hate earnings season. Like, I was pissed when I was writing this. This is how I want y'all to talk to your journals. Capture every emotion. Identify every emotion, right? Major earnings cause this price action as everyone waits to commit before seeing the earning reports of these companies. The whole day was BS price action, and then it started, and then the days where we have earnings, the whole day is BS price action, and then we start trending into and committing to a direction after the market closes and after the companies report their earnings. What are we supposed to do with this? It's very frustrating. But stop for a moment to appreciate our ability to identify changing conditions and events that can affect our ability to protect our capital. Notice how I didn't say make money, I said protect our capital. So I'm taking these negative emotions and I'm trying to reframe them and apply a positive light to them, right? So yeah, it sucks that we're seeing this and we're not getting an opportunity to trade despite being at our levels. But stop for a moment, appreciate our ability and how far we've come with our learning to be able to identify when the markets are changing and identify events like earnings seasons that can affect our ability and change the market and change the conditions that are best for us to make money, because that saves us money. And then I said, notice how I didn't say make money, because protecting your capital is the most important thing, right? Not making money. Protecting your capital is the most important thing. So moving forward, the most frustrating part was being at a very close, at or very close to your levels of interest where we wanted to put trades on, but just not getting a setup. Instead, we got slow grinding, low volume price action that drained a lot of mental capital to watch. Note that. I stepped away from the screens twice. I note that as well because I did that for a reason, right? I noticed and I identified that the longer I stay at the screens, the more likely I am to go on tilt and start making bad decisions. So I walked away twice on purpose, and I purposely noted that as well. These days are dangerous because even without risking money, you still spend your mental capital, your ability to exercise patience, restraint, and discipline. Even though you didn't spend any money, today still came at a cost. Notice how it says exercise patience. Patience is not passive. Discipline is not passive. Restraint is not passive. That's active. Think of the energy that you're using to sit here and be patient, to sit here and restrain yourself, to sit here and be disciplined and know I'm not getting a setup. It's not looking good for me. I have to sit on my hand. That's an active thing. That's why when people say no trade is a trade, right? Because you're still doing something when you're doing nothing. And I've heard that before, but I have never put it in this sense of understanding that you're exercising patience and restraint and discipline. That's something you're actively doing, right? So when it feels like you're sitting here and you're not doing anything in the market because you're not putting on a trade, this is what you're doing instead, right? So after a day like this, I took y'all through what must we do. We must recharge. We must decompress. We really need to step away from trading and figure out a healthy way to cope and detach from those negative emotions, right? Acknowledge those negative emotions, but detach from them and leave them at the desk. Do not carry these emotions. Do not carry how you were feeling today into the next trading session. Because all that's going to do is cause you to want to hop in trades, right? We missed out on opportunities. You want to make up for a day of not trading. You have FOMO, right? Say our next setup, we see it and we miss it and then we chase it. So that's adding on to the negative emotions that we already have. So it's very important to decompress and find a healthy way to cope. That's why I included the haircut in the video. I know y'all probably wanted to see the trading stuff and say, yo, why is he showing us this stuff we don't care about? Because that's a way for me to step away, be in the moment, practice some self-care, get some good vibes going so that we can detach from what happened during the trade. You feel me? Everybody feels better when they get a good haircut, right? So that's why I included that, so you guys can know, okay, let me go and do what I enjoy, what I think is great stress relief. You feel me? Well, let me go do what helps me after a day like this in the market. We come back after we decompress, after we recharge, we come back with a clear view of the markets. You feel me? At least we knew what caused today's price action. Now we wait for it to pass, right? We understood that earnings could be the cause of why price is doing what it's doing. Now all we got to do is wait for it to pass, right? Wait for tomorrow. Wait for earnings to come out in the move that we're waiting for to happen. And then we reevaluate and we're in a much better position to get active, right? So again, I feel for the people. And this is another thing, important thing when it comes to trading. The ability to walk away and recharge. Think of your life. Say you have kids. Say you have say the market closes at 4 and you got a night shift that you got to go to, right? Think of all of these factors that can influence and prevent you from recharging and decompressing after a trading day that's stressful. This is where people get slipped up at, because not everybody has the luxury of being able to recharge and decompress and de-stress after a trading day like this. Some of y'all are going into work after the market closed. So now you're pissed from the market, you're pissed going to work, you're pissed when you get home, you're tired, and you try to trade again tomorrow without going through the proper psychological steps of getting yourself back in that performance ready state. You feel me? So that's so important. Imagine the people that's market closing at 4 and they got to go walk outside and get their kids off the bus or pick their kids up from after school programs. You feel me? And now they got nagging kids and screaming kids, and you got to be responsible and take care of them. You feel me? You got to actually do your job as a parent, and you never got the chance to recharge, decompress, and de-stress from what the market threw at you before you take more onto your plate, right? So I think that's very, very important. This is how you leave those negative emotions at the day that they happen, and don't carry them into the next trading session, right? So identifying catalysts, to wrap everything up, identifying catalysts in the market, you feel me? Identifying what can move the market, what can change the market, and leaving that in the past. So now that you guys have understand that, we're going to stop. We're going to do our affirmations real quick so we can really get this out of our system and leave it at the desk. Make sure y'all take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and repeat after me. My edge is patience, not prediction. No trade is better than a forced trade. My peace is more important than my need to control today's outcome. And make sure y'all release that, man. So that's how we do it. That's how we identify those catalysts that can impact the market. That's how we identify those negative feelings after a stressful trading day like today. And then that's how we release them, leave them where they're at, which is today at the desk, get up, walk away, start a new trading day tomorrow, and execute like we're supposed to. You feel me? So if you guys relate to this, if this video helped you out, make sure you leave a like, comment down below. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Hit that bell notification too, because I'm going to keep dropping these videos, and I'm really trying to bring a unique spin to this niche. You feel me? Even adding affirmations, because trading is really a journey of self-mastery and spirituality in itself. I don't want to scare people away when I say that, but when you really think about what the essence of it is, it's a journey of self-mastery, man. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.